I'm just the most impatient guy. I still haven't had a shower today. This is pack number 4 and I can't wait. So here, let's have a look in another Wilds of Eldrain pack. Shall we? Ooh, that sweet, sweet candy. Well, they've got one of these new mini-game things. Winchester Draft. How'd you play Winchester Draft? Grab a friend and play some Magic in this quick, casual 2-player draft format. Get ready, open 6 packs to remove all basic lands, add cards and tokens, then shuffle the remaining cards together in a stack without looking at them. Place the stack face down and then take the top 4 cards of the stack and place each one face up to create the beginnings of 4 separate piles. Randomly determine who drafts first. The first player to draft chooses one of the 4 piles and adds it to their draft pool. Place a new card from the stack into each pile, including the empty spot. Then it is the next player's turn to draft. They also draft an entire pile and then add a new card to each pile. Take turns until all the cards have been drafted. When drafting is done, each player builds a 40-card deck from their draft pool, including additional basic lands added as necessary. Randomly determine who goes first, then play a game of Magic. Play a best of 3 match. Each player may sideboard using the rest of their drafted cards between games. Yeah, but how do you... There's no lands in there. So you need some lands then. Which they don't give you in these, but that's a shame. Oh, I do love this art piece. I do love the colour features that they do. It reminds me very much of Kamigawa, this Wicked Slumber. I wonder if they didn't introduce this idea so that they could use some of that Kamigawa ink again. Let's have a look. We got us a swamp. I do love the coiling at the bottom of these swamps and a witch's house off in the distance. There's a real duality that goes on between the shape of the trees and the shape of that house in the background. Misleading notes we're seeing again. Obviously going to be some of those. A mocking sprite, new fairy. Instants and sorceries you cast cost 1 less. That will be staple, I'm sure. A fairy assassin, flash flying when Stingblade Assassin enters the battlefield, destroy target creature or opponent controls that was dealt damage this turn, and it's flashing. Of course it's flashing. Is that... Oh, it's never stalked by nightmares. Gorgeous. Menace enters the battlefield, return target creature or enchantment from graveyard to hand. Very useful. And whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on never, then scry 1. Ooh, a Fairy Dream Thief. When he enters the battlefield, surveil 1, and for 2 and a black, exile them from your graveyard, you draw a card and gain 1 life. Nice little start off there. Dream spoilers. Lots of fairies right now. Flying, whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 till end of turn. Fairy Fencing, we've seen this already, haven't we? Very nice. Obira the Dreaming Duelist, we've seen you already too. How lovely. So there's a fairy deck just waiting to be built over here. And the Ingenious Prodigy, Skulk. Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Ingenious Prodigy enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it at the beginning of upkeep. If Ingenious Prodigy has 1 or more 1/1 counters on it, you may remove 1 from it, and if you do, draw a card. X for 1. Perfect. What a great card. Spreading Seas, enchant land. Ooh, bit of a special double pull right now. Let's start with Spreading Seas, enchant land. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted land is an island. Island Walk, anyone? Enchantment, 1 and 1 blue, discard a card, draw a card. 1 and 1 blue, sacrifice compulsion, draw a card. How lovely. Both of those. Beautiful art pieces, borderless, tasty. What a great pull that was today. I am pleased with that. Should we do another one? Should we do another one? Oh gosh, I don't know. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do another one. I've got 36 of these to get through. And then after that, it's organising time. And I get to alphabetically, numerically, and chromatically organise Wilds of Eldrain set. Hot new reprints of all of your favourite Deckmaster cards. Ooh, it's a royal, it's an aura token. Royal. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has ward 1. Young hero. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, its toughness is 3 or less, put a 1/1 counter on it. Very nice. I like what's going on there. And we have a confrontation with the wolf. Oh no, I dropped all my magic cards on the floor. I don't want to see them, I don't want to see them, I don't want to see them, I don't want to see them. I did see something. I did see something that I'm pleased about, which I also predicted in another video. So let's have a look. There's the Snarling Wolf. What's this card? What's this piece called? Unnatural Growth. Okay, so we know that that's in this set. Got us a forest. We got us a forest. Oh, there's the Young Hero token. Let's just get that out of the way. Ground Seal. Another enchantment. Whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card. Cards in graveyards can't be the targets of spells or abilities. So no, Ashiok, you may not. Virtue of Loyalty, very nice. Create 1/1 token as an instant, and then at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Untap those creatures. It's a double mythic day. It's a double mythic day in the land of magic, and I don't know what's going on. We'll sign off peace. Predicted. Very nice. Vigilant. Tap spells you cast this turn that are white or blue cost X less to cast, where X is the number, the amount of life you gained this turn. Activate as a sorcery. Hello, Pillow Thoughts. You'll be enjoying that one, won't you? Savior of the Sleeping. Surrounded by that gorgeous purple hue, isn't he? Vigilance. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into the graveyard from a battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on this guy. Fell Horseman. Oh, it's lots of knights in this one, isn't it? Deathly Ride. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. I will do, thank you. Much nicer than the Buy Again Recovery, costs an entire 1 mana less, and when Fell Horseman dies, put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Nice, so he goes back around. Verdant Outrider. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less this turn for the 1 and green. Very tasty. Minecart Daredevil. Ride the Rails. Okay, so he's a miner. Of course he is. He's a dwarf. He's a dwarf. Target creature gets +2/+1 till end of turn. And oh, that's just flavor. Mines that once rang with the strokes of pickaxes now echo with shouts of reckless glee. Oh, like they used to be mines and now they're tracks that they just ride goats on. How fun. What's going on here? I turned some upside down. We've got a Picklock Prankster. Flying Vigilance with an instant, mill 4 cards, then return and put an instant, sorcery or fairy card from among them into the milled cards to your hand. How lovely. Another one with an adventure, and I do love an adventure. Destroy target tapped creature. Tapped creature. Flying, lovely. 3/3, how much is that? 3 and a blue. Bit expensive for a 3/3 flyer. Is it though? Yeah, 3/4 shall I? You know, for the same price. Gives everybody hexproof. Dutiful Griffin, very nice. Flying. Sacrifice 2 enchantments, return them from your graveyard to your hand for 2 and a bite. Experimental Confectioner. A human peasant. When experimental confectioner enters the battlefield, create a food token. Whenever you sacrifice a food, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Interesting. Does she turn... Oh, she just feeds the food to her rats. That's cute as fuck. That's cute as business. That's cute as business. Look at that. Look at that. That's what she's doing. She's feeding it to her rat friends. And I dig that. Who's next? Misleading notes again. And we're back to the furious growth. Unnatural growth. Ooh. Double mythic. Ground seal on the borderless enchantment, so there'll be at least 36 borderless enchantments in there, and I'm hoping for a parallel lives or a smothering tithe. Oh, I tickle the president for a smothering tithe. Well, see you soon.